161 days. Wow. Hello, Mo. Hello, Martin. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Jared. Hi, London. Hi, Michigan on. Greetings, everybody. Jose. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Happy, wow, Wednesday. Woo! And we're going to talk about the future because that's all about it, man. The future. Because you know what happens? The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. That's tonight's topic. See, dreams are what gets you through the scary things in life. All right? See, when life gets you and hits you hard, we all take back and get in that depression mode that we want to just crawl in bed and cry and feel sorry for ourselves and let that yuck take over. But it's that moment. It's that moment we have to try and take charge. It's that moment when you realize that you're not chasing something small. You're chasing something that was planted in you on purpose. Because I want you to think back to the first time you felt that spark, when you fell in love with something so powerful that you knew you had to have it. Well, how long? Or better yet, when was the last time you thought about that? And I'm not talking about the dream that you told people about. I'm talking about the dream that you didn't tell anybody about because you were worried they're going to try and laugh at you. You know, the one that actually scared you, that what if you did get it? The one that people would laugh at you saying, oh, you'll never get that. And so you're afraid to tell them about that dream. Or the dream that really scared you. Like, I'd love to jump out of an airplane, but maybe I'm too fat for a parachute. You know, the dream that we don't tell people. Though the one that we're scared of. Because maybe that's the one that makes you feel alive. Well, maybe not. But see, what happens is belief is the bridge between the life you have and the life that you dream of. And the life that you're called for. See, belief is the difference between maybe someday to this is my moment. Belief is the force. Use the force, Luke. No. Belief is the force that turns ordinary people into unstoppable ones. Hey, Alicia! Because every dreamer has a beginning. And every dream had a start. Because here's the truth of it all. Your dream didn't come to you because you were lucky. Nope. Nope, it didn't. It came to you and only you. You hear me, Bueller? Bueller. Bueller. Your dream came to you because you were chosen. Your dream didn't come to me. Your dream didn't come to Joe down the street. Your dream is your dream, and only you can bring it to foot. Because you were chosen by that dream. You ever try and see those TV commercials for the animal shelters where they say that, you know what, around here we don't try and let you choose the animals, the animals choose you. And so you sit in a room with a bunch of people and they bring an animal in one at a time and let the animal come up to you. That's how dreams are. Now, I don't know if you believe in God or not, but whatever you do believe in, He threw those dreams out there. Life threw those dreams out there, and those dreams just filter on or on like one of those Peggle games at those casinos where you drop a disc at the top and it just comes down and hits all the Peggles and all the way down and hits into that little pocket where you win tickets or win coins or win whatever. And down at the bottom you got you and me and Joe and Tyler and Alicia and Andy and Ashley and Martin and Natasha and Jose. And you know what? Life throws those dreams out there and they just come down that little Peggle thing and it lands in Alicia's pit. It lands in Kirby's pit. It lands in Ashley's pit. It lands in Martin's pit. It lands in mine. Kirby's dream isn't my dream. My dream isn't Kirby's. My dream isn't Alicia's. Alicia's dream is Alicia's, not mine. So your dream is your dream. It didn't come to you because you were lucky. It chose you. So I want you to step back and think about that version of you that wasn't afraid to imagine. Think back to when you were a kid, when you were young, walking down the street with beautiful dreams and your idea how you're going to grow up and you're going to this and you're going to that, and you didn't have a care to the world. You didn't care who was watching you sing and dance in the rain like a silly nilly. Because you know what? You were living the best part of your life and you didn't care. Right? Right. And you have to focus on that because that's where your dream lives. You got to pull it out. Stop letting life shrink you down and put you into a box. Time to live outside of that box. Time to grow out of that box. Time to move on to the next level because you know what? If you feel like you're stuck, you are. It's time to try something new. Because the future doesn't belong to the talented. The talented are only talented because they didn't care who saw them trying. No. Yeah, say hi. Hi. Go away. You guys are already bugging me today. Sorry about that, people. See, the talented weren't afraid to step up with their dreams and bring them out. They weren't afraid to attempt to do something different. And the version of you that believed in your dreams before life stuck you in that little box and pigeonholed you and locked you in there behind all those bars saying you're not supposed to sing in the rain, you're not supposed to dance or joy, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that. You need to break free from that. Because the future doesn't belong to the connected. It doesn't belong to the lucky. And it sure as hell doesn't belong to the talented. Because believe me, there are so many people out there on social media that really have no talent whatsoever. But you know what? They've got thousands more followers than I do. Why? Because they're willing to step up and do some really silly, crazy things to get the views, to get the idea that, hey, they're not afraid to be different. They're not afraid to show off. They're not afraid to speak their mind. They're not afraid to do something different than the norm. They believe in themselves. They believe that they have a better future by stepping up and doing something different. And that's where the future belongs. The future belongs to the believers. And as long as you believe in yourself, you can be, do, and have anything. Because see, dreams are beautiful, but belief is brutal. Belief is the number one thing that kills dreams. Why? Because belief requires courage. Yeah, I'm going to say that again. Belief requires courage. It also requires endurance. Because you need the courage to stand up for yourself. You need the courage to try and take action. Take that first step. You're not scared to step out of the house and walk to work every day. But you know what? More people get killed on the way to work every day than they try and do sitting at home in their bedroom. Why? Because they believe they have to go to work to make money. Imagine that. So, what's the difference between walking out of the house to go to work and stepping up and attempting to go after your dreams? Not much. I mean, don't take this the wrong way. We're not going to live forever. I mean, I as much as I would love to, but, we're not. Some of us only have about 10 to 15,000 more days. But you know what? Do you want to try and live the rest of those days regretting not taking that opportunity, regretting not taking that first step towards something you've been dreaming about? Do you want to be on your deathbed thinking about regretting never trying to start that new business, never trying that new instrument that you've always wanted to learn how to play, never trying to write that book, never trying to go back to school, never trying that new hobby, never trying to do something better for your life? When you've had that dream inside you? And belief also requires endurance. See, it takes a lot of work to do it. I mean, I'll be honest, it's very easy to try and shelf that dream of a campground. I mean, my dream of a campground, it's very easy to shelf it and put it in a back burner and let it turn into those little embers that you see at a campfire. And we're just a glowing red hot glow of a campfire, no longer flames or anything, just an orange glow. It's very easy to let life make you so busy that you forget about it. But see, that's where you got to try and refuel those embers. Sometimes you got to grab a stick and throw it on a fire. Sometimes you got to grab another log, throw it back on the fire. Sometimes you got to try and do something to bring those dreams back out. Whether it's trying and keep, no, don't fall behind the desk. No, don't fall. I got it. Whether it's keeping a flyer about a campground next to your desk so you're looking at it every day. So you can remind yourself, am I working towards this or am I working away from this? What am I doing today to get me closer to my dream? And I know your dream isn't a campground. Your dream might be a nicer house. Your dream might be getting out of debt. Your dream might be a nicer car. Heck, for a while there, my dream was just having a car that'll make it to and from work without a job site, without breaking down. Or a house that didn't have squirrels in the walls. You know? Actually, my dream right now is trying to this campground because I really hate this house. I'm not going to lie on this one. I hate this house. I only bought this to help a friend out because it was cheap. And this is just a temporary thing. I hate this house. Actually, I don't hate this house. I loathe this house. So, but your dreams are different than mine. But you got to pull them out and have them. You got to keep them like a little baby. You don't try to take and take a baby and throw them in a corner. You sit them on the floor and stare at them. Watch them play. Watch them whatever. You go and get them some milk. You go get them some food. You get them some toys. And you nurture them. You whatever. And when they start wanting to walk, you grab them by the hands and you try to help guide them. You got to do that to your dreams. Your dreams are your babies. I don't know how many people I've ever talked to and coached about their business, about how they're building their business. I don't know how many people I've coached and said, you know what? Your business is a baby. It's your child. You have to treat it like that. You have to nurture it. You have to guide it. You have to try and take care of it. You just can't try and decide, hey, I'm going to have a business today. Yep. And then disappear for 3 weeks. You can't. You can't try and open up a real estate company and say, I'm a real estate agent now and disappear for 4 weeks. Not hand out business cards, not make phone calls. You can't do that. You can't open up a restaurant and try and be closed during lunchtime. What? You just can't. I mean, it's like out here in the middle of nowhere, Indiana. I'm be honest. I find it totally, entirely unfathomable. Out here in the middle of nowhere, Indiana, this town here literally rolls their streets up at about 9 o'clock at night. Where did I move to? And I'm still here. Yeah, I'm from Chicago. You want a burrito at 2 o'clock in the morning, guess what? You've got your choice of at least 100 different places to go. And that's all so close by. And that's not including the good places. Now, those are the choke and puke places where you'll get food poisoning or have to worry about the dogs and cats missing in the area. You want a hamburger? No problem. Piece of cake, 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, there's White Castles. You want a Euro at 4 o'clock in the morning? Hey, no problem. There's Greasy Greeks down the street. Well, I mean, here, there you want a pizza, you've got till about 1 o'clock in the morning to order a pizza to have it delivered by 2. 1 o'clock, that's it, cutoff time. No more pizza after 1 o'clock in the morning, If you don't order by 1, you're not getting no pizza. Here, if you don't order a pizza by 8 o'clock at night, game over, done. On a Friday or Saturday night, yeah, game over, none. And up until about 3 years ago, There were no places that delivered pizza. None. Seriously, I kid you not. No places out here delivered pizza until about 3 years ago. I can't believe how 1950-ish it was. Wanting a pizza at 10 o'clock at night. What? Call every single pizza place in town. None of them are answering. Oh, they must be real busy. So I keep trying. Well, they find out they're closed. They closed at 9 o'clock. What pizza place closes at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night? The busiest night of the week? But hey, you know what? I sidetracked. I'm sorry. I side quest. See, belief requires a willingness to look wrong before you become right. Endurance. Overcoming those times that you feel like you're wrong, but you know deep down inside you're right. Because see, there are three psychological truths every dreamer has to face. One is resistance. And I'm going to be honest on this one. The moment that you decide to go after your dreams, the very moment, life will test you. And life will test you hard. Life will test you raw. Life will test you in such a way that you will be very curious as to whether or not you are really committed to this or not. Because that's what life does. It wants to break you. It wants to break you. It wants to test your commitment to your dream. Why? Because it is building you. It is preparing you to be able to maintain that dream. Did I say that right? Yes, I did. And I'll say it again. Life is going to test you in such a way that you're going to question your commitment to your dream. Not to break you, but to build you. To make sure that you really want the dream. That you really can handle the dream. Because see what happens, you hear about all these people playing the lottery, all right? And people win millions or billions of dollars instantly, and then a year or two later, they're broke, gone, bankrupt, living on the streets. What happened? They didn't learn the struggle. They didn't learn the struggle to keep their hands on the money. They just spent it willy-nilly. They didn't learn anything along the way to hold on to it. They just got it, and they didn't appreciate the effort involved in it, and so therefore they didn't learn how to keep it. It was an instant win. It was new money, and they didn't know how to protect it. So life is going to test you. As soon as you decide to go after your dream, it's going to test you. And it's going to test you hard. Because you know what? My house. I got my 80 acres of woods in my dream house. And less than a year later, a week before Christmas, Merry freaking Christmas to me, I'm out in the middle of the field, in the middle of the night, in my shorts, watching everything burn. Yeah, thank you, life. Thank you. So yes, when you decide to rise and go after your dreams, life's going to test your resolve. It's going to test your resistance. It's going to test you. It's also going to try and check your identity. Because that's part two. The other psychological thing is identity conflict. Because your dream demands a version of you that your past will not recognize. See, growth is always going to feel like war before it feels like alignment. Sometimes we have to let go of some things. Now, Coach David tells us about how sometimes when you move from one house to a new house, you have to get new keys. When you move from one level of your life to a new level of life, you're going to have to get some new keys. You're going to have to try and empty out the old cup with the old juice in it to be able to put new juice in. Because that's all, folks. Your dream demands a version that your past doesn't recognize. And what that means is that who you are right now is going to be different than who you will be. Because as you grow, you're going to realize that there are other things that are more important than this. Sort of like when we're younger, when we're in our, let's say, we're young kids, 5, 6 years old. No, let's go earlier. 4 or 5 year olds. What's most important in their life? Coco Melon! Baby Shark! Peppa Pig! That's all the world is. Peppa Pig, Baby Shark, Coco Melon. And by the time they get to about 7, 8 years old, that's Paw Patrol! And while the 9 and 10-year-olds, it might be Barbies or G.I. Joe or Transformers. For me, it was Star Wars. All right? We didn't know anything about bills or cars or internet. Well, maybe back then I didn't know anything about internet at 10 years old. But as we grow, we get into different things and we learn more things. Right now, anybody who's over 30 years old, I don't think you want to play with Barbie dolls or Transformers now, do you? Well, of course, it's with your kids. I'll admit, I played Star Wars with my son. I played Barbies with my daughter. I'll admit to that, and I miss that. Now it's ice cream in McDonald's parking lot and talking about her work and my work and what we're doing on the weekend. Boring. Bring me back them Barbie dolls. I miss them. I miss those days. But you know what? That's the thing, is that as she got older, her goals and her personality, her identity has changed. Your dream demands a version of you that your past won't recognize. So as you get closer to your dream, you're going to have more alignment to what that is. And sometimes you're going to let some things go. Sometimes you're going to let some friends go that are into smoking or drinking or doing karaoke all the time, going to the bar every weekend. Sometimes you're going to let some people go that all they do is sit around and watch TV all day long. Sometimes you're going to let some people go that really talk negative about everybody, about the world. You ask them about anything, and all they can do is talk about how painful life is and how this and how that. How everything about their life is so negative that it's just like, gads, man, let's put some light on it. And it feels like war. And so you're going to grow. And you know what? when you get past that and open up your mind to the new things, it's going to be mind-blowing. Because you know what's going to happen? You're going to pass number 3. The third psychological truth that every dreamer must face is vision fatigue. We all suffer from it. Even I do. Damn it, it's not coming fast enough. Hey, Natasha, I should be speaking in front of 10,000 people by now. I've been doing it for less than 2 weeks, right? No. See, vision fatigue is when the dream takes longer than you expected it to be. Because your mind will try to convince you that it's not worth it. And your mind's going to try and play a whole bunch of different bad things in there. Because your mind is, unfortunately, sometimes our worst enemy. Because it wants to protect us. Because we've lived our lives for so long in survival mode that we had to try and change our mindset from resistance, learning how to take our identity conflict, and now we're stuck with vision fatigue. And those are the 3 psychological truths that we have to deal with. We have to get past them. And the vision fatigue is the worst one, because why am I not president of the company yet? Why am I not lead installer yet? Why am I not tech of the year yet? Why am I not number 1 nurse practitioner of the year? Why am I not on the A honor roll? Why am I not in honors class? And so what happens is we get to that point where that's all we try and convince ourselves that it's not worth it. We're not there yet, so it's not worth it. We should give up. And your mind is your worst enemy on that one, because it will try and play it out, saying you're wasting your time. Stop wasting your time. And your mind is going to try and keep saying that to you over and over and over again. And then because one of your friends, one of your so-called friends, will say it to you, because they don't want to see you get your hopes up. We don't want to see you get your hopes up. And once they plant that seed, that's when it gets worse. And those are the 3 things that's going to hurt you. But you know what? Here's the one thing that was going to blow them out of the water. The one psychology they won't teach you. Your dream is not fragile. You are. And that's why belief matters. See, belief strengthens. Let me say this right. Belief strengthens the parts of you that doubt tries to weaken. Belief rewires your brain to see the possibility instead of your limitations. Belief turns that fear into fuel. Belief turns those obstacles, the scary things we see when we take our eyes off our dreams, into instructions. So when you believe in the beauty of your dreams, you stop negotiating with your excuses. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You stop letting your past ruin your future. Because you know what? Belief is not a feeling. Belief is a decision. It's a hard one. And every decision you make is a vote for your future. See, believing in yourself is a really, really hard thing to do. But if you tell yourself every day, wake up in the morning and in the bathroom mirror, after you go to the bathroom, you're standing there washing your hands, because I sure hope to God you wash your hands. And you're standing there, you don't have to look at your hands while you're washing. You just wash your hands in the sink and just look in the mirror and say, I have a dream and I am not lazy. Just say that 3 times for effect. Because I heard that if you say something 3 times at a time, you'll memorize it. Sort of like saying somebody's name 3 times as you first meet them, and you'll remember their name. I have a dream and I am not lazy. Say it in the mirror in the morning. Every morning when you wake up. I have a dream and I'm not lazy. Every time you go to the bathroom and you're washing your hands, make it a point. I mean, don't take it the wrong way. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm 50-some years old. I go to the bathroom about 8 or 9 times a day. So I guarantee my hands are washed 8 or 9 times a day. And so I stand in front of a mirror at least 8 or 9 times a day. So therefore, I'm saying, I have a dream and I'm not lazy. At least, how many? 8 or 9 times a day. Now, if you did that, however many times you go to the bathroom every day, how many times would you say to yourself, I have a dream and I'm not lazy? That's a good question to ask yourself. Now, if you were to do that every day for a week, how many times do you think you'd say that in a week? Do you think you probably believe that you have a dream and that you're not lazy by the end of the week? I don't know. Try it. I dare you. I double dog dare you. But wait, there's more. What if you did it for 4 weeks in a row? That's a month. They say that if you do something for 30 days, you can turn it into a habit. And imagine what kind of habit that would be. Not only are you washing hands after going to the bathroom, which is a good habit to have anyways, but you're also telling yourself, I have a dream and I'm not lazy. Imagine how that will make you feel after 30 days of saying it 8 to 9 times a day. Imagine for a minute. Imagine by declaring that out loud 8 or 9 times a day, 30 days. Imagine how that will make you feel. Imagine what kind of things it might change in your life. I mean, I would hope it would do something for you. I'm pretty sure it would do something for you. I don't know. Let's find out. I know for me it has. Because you know what? That builds your daily proof. That one action proves that you can believe in your future more than you believe in your fear. That gives you room to build your courage. Because all you're doing is standing in front of the mirror and talking to yourself. The mirror's not going to laugh at you. The only person in that room who's going to laugh at you is yourself. And you know what? Laughing is actually a really good exercise. It cleans the lungs out. I actually listened to a motivational speaker that his whole philosophy is that you should laugh out loud as butt gustingly hard as possible for a full minute, because it gets your endorphins going. And when you get your endorphins going, you get all persnickety and all sorts of, and except it made me fart a lot. And well, that's kind of too much information, I know. But you know what? Look up Ed Foreman. Great guy. I love him. I love him. I love him. Love him. Because you know what? Once again, 8 to 9 times, I have a dream and I'm not lazy. And I guarantee you that when you step in that bathroom and you try and tell yourself that room is going to be filled with your own courage, your own commitment. That room, do you mind? This is my life, not yours. I mean, that room is where your next level is waiting for you. I mean, some people look at bathrooms as being a phone booth. I mean, it's just, do you mind? I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. It's 10:30 at night. My cat is saying it's 10:30 at night and he wants to go to sleep. Look at a good kitty. All right. I'll come to bed soon. I promise. That room is where your next level is waiting. Because when you build up your own courage, when you build up your own belief, and you declare your dream out loud, that I have a dream and I'm not lazy, that future's yours. That future doesn't belong to the hesitant anymore. It belongs to the hungry. It belongs to the bold. It belongs to you. And I want you to know that before we close, I want you to walk out of here knowing, or no, walk out of here, sorry. I want you to, I was practicing earlier. I want you to try and go to bed tonight. And I want you to think. And I want you to try and plan. And I want you to believe in yourself. Because I believe that if you were to try and wake up tomorrow and you were to stand in front of that mirror and you were to try to stand there and tell yourself, I have a dream and I'm not lazy. And you made a commitment that every time you went to the bathroom, you stopped and you told yourself that in front of the mirror every time. I mean, I'm not asking you to turn and run around a block. I'm not asking you to send me $1. I mean, if you want to, you can, but I'm not asking for any of that. I'm asking you to tell you, I have a dream and I'm not lazy. Just look yourself straight in the eyes in a bathroom mirror. I have a dream and I'm not lazy. That's it. Wash your hands, dry your hands off, continue on with your day. Next time you go to the bathroom, wash your hands. I have a dream. I'm not lazy. Continue on with your day. And what happens when you go to the bathroom again? Huh? I have a dream and I'm not lazy. And then back to the day. You do this about 8, 9 times a day. Make a commitment to yourself. And I want to say that, you know what? Once you do this, you're going to start believing in yourself more. You're going to change. Because you know why? You've withstood more than people know. You've owned more than people have seen. And now it's time to win in a way that nobody can ignore. Because it's time to step into your bathroom, making your next move in front of your mirror, telling yourself, I have a dream and I'm not lazy. Because I believe in you. You need to believe in you.